Hi there, I'm Charlotte Cheney, and this is take 3 this morning of Soul Connections. And my good buddy Lisa is going to speak to me in the corner here and let me know if you can hear me. The audio of my previous videos has been really funky, and I see my sound engineer husband just joined in, so maybe I need to get him home to come help me with my sound today. But anyway, I just wanted to check in this morning. It's Friday, August 4th, and I just got back from a 2-week vacation with my new husband and 4 of our 8 children. So 2 of them are 13, one's 18, and one's 19. We went to Europe, and I have to say probably one of the highlights for them was they were of legal drinking age. Can you imagine? Sounding good. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, so you know how that can be, that first legal drinking age. They had a blast. It was so fun. We were so thankful. So many things went right on the trip. All the worry that I had going up into the trip. Not sure if you follow my blog at charlottesoul.com. I hope you do. I hope you are signed up for my mailing list so that you can get them in your mailbox. I will not share your email, and it's just a nice way to keep in touch and know people are reading what I'm writing and everything. So anyway, we got back from our trip. We were in Europe. We were in Spain, Italy, and France, and we just had an incredible time, and nothing went wrong. There weren't fights, and all the things I was worried about blending my new family did not come to pass. And I'm just so thankful for God and for prayer and all the wonderful things we had going. So I got home on last Saturday, woke up in Rome, and went to bed right here in Maryland. And Sunday morning, we went to church. It's so nice to be home with my church family. I'm going to just say real quickly, if you are looking for a church family, or if you're in a church that doesn't feel right for you, find one that does. So churches are different, and I have found a church where I just feel so accepted and loved. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am one of about 4 white people there, but that nobody really cares what I look like, I don't think. And I just love my people, and I think they love me. And so, but I've been in churches before where I felt judged for having to get a divorce or having, different things that didn't look perfect for the Christian life. And I'm in a church where I don't feel that way right now. I feel very free to be authentic. And so I got home, went to our church. We had a church picnic. It was incredible. It was so much fun. But I found out that day that one of my very close friends had passed away from leukemia. And that was really a shock for me. If you're my age, you understand that some of your closest friends might be people that you shared a season in life with, but you don't keep up with day to day. Maybe some of your high school friends are still some of your closest friends, but you're not just like totally connected with day in and day out. And so you don't quite know what's going on in their life. And my friend Kathy had cancer, but I'm a cancer survivor. Look at me. And I had stage 3 rectal cancer. I had chemo and radiation and surgery, and I'm moving along pretty well. So I don't think cancer equals death. That's not the thing that I think about when I hear about cancer. I think cancer equals obstacle. Cancer equals an opportunity to grow closer to God, but I don't think cancer equals death. And so to find out that my precious friend was no longer here was shocking. And I had to deal with the emotions of, did I let her know I loved her? Do I feel guilty because I didn't do everything I could to be your friend? I didn't know she was dying. And so you do feel a little bit of that, but just have to work through it and just know that she is in a better place. So that's one thing I do know. I know that my friend Kathy's with the Lord, and that He is going to take care of her family. And I was able to go with my precious new husband to New Jersey and be there for her funeral and her wake and give her mama a big hug. And I'm so thankful for that. So today I just want to talk to you a little bit about, excuse my reach, about my soul work journal because I know a lot of you are downloading it, and I hope you're doing it. It's one thing to download it, but making a daily habit of it takes work. And so I'm a life coach, and I want to help you move forward in your life. And so I wanted to share with you, first of all, really good news. We are about to launch a new soul work journal. It's going to be hardbound. It's got a beautiful cover and inspirational quotes and all kinds of things in it. So hopefully you will be doing it alongside with me and growing in work with your soul as I am growing in with mine. And I thought today I would just take a couple minutes and kind of do a little review of my soul with you and show you what it looks like, to be honest, before yourself. So when you do this, you're not going to get graded. You're not going to send it back to me. I'm not going to be looking at it and saying, okay, woo, you really need to work on this area. No, this is just for you to check in with yourself and say, hey, how am I doing? Do I need a little work? And sometimes there's areas where you do need work. There's areas where it's you're a little rocky, and maybe you need professional help, or maybe you need support, or maybe you need coaching. I know I do. So my method, in case you don't know, is SEEP. It's SEEP, and it stands for Spiritual, Environmental, Emotional, and Physical. And these are just 4 areas that I have picked in my life that when I'm checking in on and making sure they're in balance, I find that I'm doing really well. I find that I can come in from a 2-week trip from Europe and find out one of my closest friends has passed away, and I'm okay. Not to say it didn't hurt, but it's not gonna ruin my life because I have balance. I'm on a solid foundation, and I'm standing firmly. And so because I do this work and I've done this work, and so I'm gonna share a little bit with you. So spiritually, people look at me and they, oh, Charlotte just is with God all the time. She's got it all together. And I don't. That's not how a spiritual life is. A spiritual life is a relationship. It is something that requires nourishment and work. And so there's certain times when I'm very strong in my spiritual walk, and there's certain times when I'm not. You know, I think about my trip going to Europe and the worry that I put toward what if something goes wrong and I don't know the language, and what if there's a fight, or you know, what if someone gets lost, or I don't know, what if we get pickpocketed? My gosh, that's such a big common thing in Europe right now. So that worry, it really did nothing for me, and God totally took care of me. And so I'm going to hope that maybe I can grow a little bit in that faith with God spiritually, and kind of maybe what I might do is take some time and reflect on some areas that He has provided for me. And so that next time I feel like I have to worry about how something's going to get handled, I can remember who my God is and how He has provided for me. Environment. If you've followed me at all recently, you know that I had a divorce and get out of a marriage because it was very toxic and damaging to my soul. I was criticized on a regular basis. I was never encouraged. I was not cared for emotionally or tenderly touched or made to feel like I was of value of anything other than meeting the needs of my ex-husband. And many, many, many people go through this, and women go through it, and men go through it, children go through it, people go through it with their bosses. I mean, it's just, check in on your environment. Are you in an environment where you're walking on eggshells, where you're being criticized for your best work, where you're never hearing way to go, where you're not being encouraged, where you're feeling like you're not measuring up? That's a toxic, unhealthy environment. And sometimes it's with your own parents. And so I am going to really suggest you check in on your environment, as I did on mine, and I had to leave. I left that marriage and I relocated into a very healthy environment where I am supported and loved and adored and tenderly cared for and touched, and felt so valuable by someone, in addition to how God makes me feel. So check on your spiritual life, your environment, emotions. And emotionally, I think I'm doing well. I have a counselor that I check in with, and actually I'm checking with a lot less because I'm doing really well. But I'm noticing in my own life that I am dealing with a little bit of codependency. And for me to define that is I'm perhaps caring too much how someone else feels, or I'm feeling that I'm responsible for someone else's emotions, and I shouldn't feel that way. And so Al-Anon, which I've talked about before, which is kind of the sister to AA or NA or one of the addiction programs. Sometimes people, if you love an addict, you tend to develop codependency. And so I'm just noticing that I'm spending too much time caring about what other people are thinking about me right now. And so I'm going to probably get myself back to Al-Anon and make sure I can keep that in check, so that's not becoming overwhelming for me or out of balance. So in my physical health, one of the things I've done since I moved to Frederick about a year ago is I've established a relationship with a coach, all kinds of coaches, right? I'm a soul coach, I have a business coach, I have a health coach, physical coach, and she has moved away. And so not only has she been a part of my life that's talked to me about my eating and perhaps why I'm eating poorly or how I'm associating food and emotion, but also she's been a trainer for me physically, and she's moving. And I'm so sad. She's irreplaceable, but I have to come up with a game plan for that next step so that I can't just shelf my physical part of my life or I will be out of balance. And so I'm going to have to come up with a plan and get in touch with it. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope that today audio has come in clearly after my third try. I wanted to remind you that I have a book. It's currently it's called Heartbeats for Cancer, but we're redoing it. It's going to come out new, and it's got my old name, Charlotte Cole, but we're going to put the new name on there, Charlotte Cheney. And this is a book that I wrote. It's a series of blog posts that I wrote when I was diagnosed with cancer, and it's an incredible journey because it's live. I'm not really reflecting back to the time. It's going day to day, like, what is it? What's the diagnosis? Oh no, I start this tomorrow, this is how I feel, and a lot of real live raw emotions and with my faith. And so it's a really fun read, and I hope you'll get it. You can get on my website, charlottesoul.com. And if you guys sign up for my mailing list, it means the world to me. And also we can stay in touch and let you know when my new things are coming out. I put out a weekly blog. That's about all you'll get from me email wise. And if that's too much, I understand, but that's what I send out once a week, an email. So anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Check in with yourself right now. You can download my soul worksheet and go ahead and download it, and then check in with me. Let me know if you want to coach at all. I'm still working toward my certification, so I've got really good prices on coaching, and I'd love to connect with you. Have a great weekend. Thanks.